gals and all my non-binary friends. So, can I be honest? When I first heard that Cardi B wasn't interviewing Joe Biden, I didn't care. Like, I'm already gonna vote for Joe Biden. I have listened to some of Cardi B music. You know, I've enjoyed her as an internet personality for a long time. But you know, there's a whole host of reasons why someone can just like fall off with Cardi B, right? And I know that I'm voting for Joe Biden, so again, I didn't care. Like, I really didn't care. When I saw that people were upset that the interview happened, I was like, why? But I still, like, I didn't care. Like, it was just like, why are people upset about this? I mean, it's a day ending in Y. That's why people are upset. But so again, I didn't care. When Candace Owens attacked Cardi B for it, and so they were saying that Cardi B and Candace Owens was going back and forth about the interview because Candace like said some stuff about Cardi B. I did not like. I knew this was happening. I kind of saw like a tweet about it or something like that. But again, I did not like it. That's not my fight. I don't care. You know, right? When I saw someone who I love and respect, my friend Cutie was over here saying that Candace Owens was reading Cardi B without even I didn't even have to hear what Candace Owens was saying. I didn't even have to know what the interview with Joe Biden was about. I didn't need to know any of that. I hadn't seen the interview. I didn't care to watch it. I didn't see the interview. I don't keep up with Candace Owens. So again, I hadn't. But when this person said Candace Owens was reading somebody, I was like, hold up.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
Hold up. I'm like, I know that you don't like Cardi B, but you can't be out. I literally said, I know you got a problem with Cardi B, but Candace Owens is never the one. That was it. They chose not to respond. It was okay, because I decided I was going to make this video for them. Hallelujah. So, let's get into it. Got my freaking notes. And I had to do some research. At first, I was going to watch the Joe Biden and Cardi B interview and then watch the Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens interview. But baby, I called this person. I was like, have you seen that actual interview, or were you just basing what you said off of the clips in the Instagram, which I will show? And she was like, yeah, I only saw the clips in Instagram. So I was like, I'm not gonna go watch this racist ass, classist ass, or conservative ass fucking bullshit if I don't got to. So I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna give them those clicks. You good, sis. So I'm gonna let Miss Candace speak for herself. And then I watched the Joe Biden Cardi B interview, and I'm going to counter her bullshit. So let's get this started. I'm motherfucking drag Candace Owens, because that's what we do here on this channel. And also, can I just say, I am not like some Cardi B fan. Like, this is the second video that I've made defending something that Cardi B has done, or like just stop making me do that. Stop. I mean, Cardi cool, but I'm not out here. Y'all gonna have me out here, people thinking I'm a Barty gang or something. I am not a part of stan culture, okay? I don't like when people let their biases stop them from like seeing like the truth, you know what I'm saying? So like, let your biases go and actually see the situation for what it is.
Go out, grab a gat, and just kill people. But unfortunately today, that's the majority of what rap has become, right? And so I completely agree with your assessment about Cardi B. It is one of the biggest insults. If Black Americans are not insulted by the fact that Joe Biden, who has been hiding in his basement, for the entire year, made an appearance to come out because he was going to do an interview with Cardi B. Do we have nothing better to offer? I mean, this would be akin to Donald Trump saying,
pause. So she starts off her little tangent by saying that rap is predominantly nothing about it's mostly about getting gats and stuff like that. I don't know, like, rap. I don't have some deep, catalog of rap, but I don't think Candace does either. So I don't think she is standing from a perspective where she can just say, oh, all rap is this or all rap is that. Maybe mainstream rap might be that, or maybe the people you hang around might be that, but to say that all rap is one thing is just bullshit. Then she goes on to say that, basically trying to insinuate that the reason why Joe Biden was willing to do an interview with Cardi B is because he's trying to get the black vote. Miss Candance, Miss Owens, Mrs. Owens, because I heard you married or whatever the fuck. This video, this interview, all throughout the interview, they are never talking about black people. They're not, yes, okay, that's a lie. Cardi B does bring up the fact that black people are being murdered. I mean, yes. But this interview is not about getting the black vote. It's about getting the youth vote. And I'm going to show you why.
And this crazy stuff that have to happen so they could open their eyes for the past 4 years.
Well, it doesn't have to happen. For example, in 2016, if 18 to 23 or 4-year-olds have voted in the same percentage as the rest of the population, we would have had Hillary Clinton, not him. The vote matters. That's why you keep talking.
You're clout chasing. You're clout chasing because if you were a person of good faith and was actually trying to criticize this interview for something that's worth criticizing for, you wouldn't be out here saying that Joe Biden is trying to pander to black people, because nothing about this interview was pandering to black people. This interview was about getting the youth vote out. Come on, babe. It's real simple. It's right there. It's right there. Like, come on. But let's see what else she has to say.
Erica will go, what is this? Why are you being interviewed by Justin Bieber? And it's because you're pandering, right? You're pandering. You look at Cardi B's Instagram, you see she has millions of followers, and you think, okay, this is an illiterate person, and if I appeal to this illiterate person and she does, like she literally did.
Telling me? I got 4 kids, 5 grandkids. Come on. I'm an expert. I understand about kids. The most important thing in the world. They come first.
Yes, definitely. Always. My kid come first. Period.
This is why I don't see how you can think this is a read, because for her to call Cardi B illiterate is just so disrespectful. In the interview, Cardi B talks about, even though you don't have to go to college to not be seen as illiterate, but Cardi B talks about her years in college and how she struggled because she couldn't feed herself sometimes going to school, and she would have to wait to eat until she could get back home because she only had $5 to get her to her school and back. What are you talking about? Why are you calling this woman illiterate? Because she doesn't speak whitewashed American English. No, she kept her speech from the neighborhood she was raised in. But because we don't see that as respectable, you want to say, oh, she's illiterate. That's some bullshit. And also the fact that, yeah, some people are illiterate, but that doesn't make their voice any less valuable. That doesn't make what they have to say any less worthy of being heard. Like, what? Huh? Like, I can't read, so I shouldn't have a say in my democracy. I shouldn't have a say in the way taxes are being spent. Like, what are you saying right now?
And they think she's cool, she's hip, just by sitting here and taking this interview. Are stupid. You are dumb, and you're so foolish. I mean, do you think, what if she just said in the middle of the interview, Joe Biden, can you name one Cardi B album? No, Joe Biden, do me a favor, just one Cardi B lyric.
But she didn't. And actually, Joe Biden started the interview off by introducing his daughter to Cardi B because his daughter was such a huge fan.
How you doing?
Hi, Biden. How are you?
How are you? The name's Joe.
Well, hello there, Joe.
As a matter of fact, why don't you meet my daughter? The love of my life, the life of my love. She's a fan of yours.
Hi, how are you?
This is Ashley.
Good, how you doing?
You know the
I'm
nickname
good,
she
Joe.
gave her father when she was growing up? She'd call me Joey B. So we
Yeah.
may be related or something.
Yep, Cardi B and Joey B. I'm a huge fan.
Well,
I just
hello
wanted
there,
to
Joey.
say
How
hi.
you doing?
Again, what would be the problem? What would be the problem if in the middle of that interview she made a joke and said, "Can you even name any of my songs? Like, I know you really don't are not a fan of my music, and you're just trying to speak to a broader audience. Like, isn't that the whole point of a presidential campaign, is to speak to audiences that you would normally not get the ability to speak to? Do y'all not want him to talk to young people and get them out to vote? Like, I don't get what? That doesn't make sense. It don't make sense, Candace. It don't make sense. Make it make sense. Because if it made sense, then I wouldn't be out here. Come on, what?
Couldn't do it. Of course he's not, because he's being handled, and they're saying black people like this person. This is what they're into, and so here you go, talk to her.
Like, girl, did you not watch it? Did you not watch it? So funny because people always try to paint like make it seem like people are so small-minded, but then they're the ones being small-minded. Like, you see Joe Biden doing an interview with Cardi B and you're like, oh, he's trying to talk to black people. But it's like, do black people for real listen to Cardi B? Like, are black people really the ones that are following Cardi B? Because I don't think her demographic is really black people. We know white people are the ones that really enjoy hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones that get people those #1 songs. That's just facts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you see that and you assume, oh, he's trying to go after the black vote. But he says it in the interview. Cardi says it in the interview. You're trying to talk to young people because they have the power to change and really get a movement, you know, off the ground and into policies. And that's important. Like, huh?
It is pandering. It is ridiculous. Okay, world to sit down with and ask them tough questions. An interview with Condoleezza Rice, right? An interview with Larry Elder. You know, even if you want somebody that is a Democrat, that's fine. There are way more intellectual black Democrats you could have sat down with. That you chose an illiterate rapper, because that's what she is. She's illiterate.
She's not.
Well, I mean, I would have paid my...
I don't even want to hear Ben Shapiro talk. So again, she ends this whole little rant by saying that Cardi B is illiterate and Joe Biden should be talking to more serious people. But it's like, no, Joe Biden should be talking to every American citizen he can be talking to. And also, if you, again, this video was not about getting the black vote. It's about getting the youth vote. And if Joe Biden wants to get the youth vote, he's going to have to talk to people who the youth pay attention to. The youth ain't paying attention to Miss Rice. They don't give a fuck about Condoleezza Rice.
What's not clicking? What's not clicking?
There's time.
Like, did you really watch the interview? Or were you being small-minded by saying that Joe Biden, clearly the only reason why he would ever talk to somebody in hip-hop is because he's getting a black vote? No, this wasn't a drag, babe. This was not a drag. This was not a drag. It was pathetic. It was clout chasing. It was trying to get your name back out there because no one has been talking about Candace Owens since, I don't know, the last dumbass shit she has said. I don't even believe that Candace Owens really believes the bullshit that she says. I think she just knows that now is a good time to make money off of saying outlandish, crazy stuff. So yeah, after Miss Owens said this, of course, Cardi B had something to say.
Why wouldn't Joe Biden sit down with me, Cardi B? I have millions of followers and I pay millions in taxes. I'm heard all around the world. So just like I can make people pop their and have a good time and make them feel like a bad bitch, I could also encourage millions of followers to go vote.
That interview was about Cardi B being on the cover of Elle, and it was about talking to Cardi B's fan and talking to someone who has a history of involving herself in politics, whether it be her interview with Bernie Sanders, or the fact that if you even go back before, like, I think before Bodak Yellow even came out, and you go back to some of those interviews, Cardi B is talking about the fact that she loves history. Her favorite president was FDR, which, hello, he created most of the social programs that we depend on today. Like, come on, babe, you're trying to act like Cardi B is some random person that Joe Biden, some random black person Joe Biden just picked. But Cardi B has made it like very important to her to not only get people to vote, but to actually speak out on political things. And we tell people, oh, you should use your platform for good, but then when we actually see people doing it, then we're like, oh, you shouldn't be talking because we don't like what they're saying. I do not believe celebrities will save you. I do not believe capitalism will save you. I do not believe anyone making more than $5 million a year is gonna save anybody. But what I will not encourage is people telling people, like, shut up, you can't talk, when all of us are a part of this. All of us are a part of this. We're all a part of this country. We're all a part of this democracy. We're all watching Trump try to destroy it. And you want to sit here and say, oh, you're trying to pander to black people. No, I'm trying to get the youth vote out, because if the youth vote voted, we wouldn't be dealing with Trump right now. But that's also about making people feel like they're voting for something real. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even know this, but I learned this watching the interview. Joe Biden is guaranteeing free 4-year college for any family that makes less than $125K, which is freaking amazing, and automatic free 2-year community college. That's freaking amazing. What is Trump guaranteeing besides hate and division and maybe possibly lowering your taxes, but not really doing that, just lowering the taxes of millionaires and billionaires. And Candace also says like, oh, Cardi B goes out there and she's talking about, I want free this and free that, but I don't want to pay taxes. That's, again, not what she says.
So I just feel like that is so important, like to finance students while they're in college, because they get really discouraged. And that's what people want to know. People want to know, can you provide college education, this Medicare plan, without a big chunk of taxes coming out of our checks?
And the way we can pay for all of this is doing practical things, like making sure that no corporation making a profit should pay less than 15% tax on their profit.
Which he's basically saying, like, we need to be taxing corporations 15% or more. And that's how we're going to be able to pay for healthcare and education and childcare and all these things. This interview is actually a really good interview. Cardi B is, that's why I'm like, Miss Thang talking about she's illiterate. Cardi B goes through this interview so, like, just beautifully. She hits healthcare, she hits daycare, and the fact that mothers and parents don't have anyone to watch their children. Older people are not able to retire the way that they used to, and so they can't just stay home and watch their grandchildren. So people aren't lucky like her, where she has her mother who takes care of her child. People need childcare because their families, generations after generations of family, are still in the workforce because we're not paying each other enough. And of course, she doesn't go in depth, but that's really what she said. And so it's just like, she hits all these incredibly important points that any normal person, like if you just sat down and didn't know anything about Joe Biden, but you knew he was running for president, and you didn't know anything about Cardi B, but you knew like she was somebody that like did rap or sang or whatever the fuck, you would be like, oh, okay, yeah. Maybe moms and dads should have childcare so that they can not have to worry about where their children are going to be when they're out here working these 9-to-5s. Maybe we should have free healthcare, because Cardi B continuously says, like, look where we are now. We're in a pandemic. And if that doesn't show you that we should have been have free healthcare, I don't know what is. And it's like, yes, like, a pandemic can hit at any time, and we all should be able to be covered, because we need everyone to be able to be covered so that everyone can feel comfortable going to the doctor, so we can know who has this disease, right? Like, she hits a lot of very valuable points that everyone cares about. She also know the fact that if you kill an unarmed person, you should go to jail, point blank, period. And it should be just that simple. And like, again, people try to, specifically Candace Owens, tried to discredit Cardi B because, oh, she's some illiterate rapper. But because Cardi B doesn't say it in some whitewash, preppy, I've been around, I know how to code switch way, you see her voice is less valuable. And that in itself is a problem, because people don't talk the way you talk. You say their voice is less valuable, and it's like, but I have something to say too. I'm living on this earth too. I'm a citizen too. Even if Cardi B wasn't a rapper and people heard her talking like that to Joe Biden, they would still try to make fun of her. And that's not okay, because she has something valuable to say, and she doesn't have to say it in some whitewashed voice. Fuck you mean? You want to call somebody inarticulate, but she's very good at articulating her point. She's just not gonna say it in a whitewash way, and that's what you don't like. Just say you're racist and go, babe. Just say you hate black people and go, babe. Just say it, because you do. At least you don't like. The problem with code switching is that it leaves a lot of people behind, because not everyone can get this voice. Not everyone can mimic white people voices. And if you can't do that, then you can't get the jobs that pay $10-13 an hour. You can't get the interview, and that's not right. That leaves a lot of people behind. And people say, oh, you should assimilate. No, you should value me for the work. You should value me for the work that I can do, and for the fact that I bring a different perspective because of the way I speak, because of the life that I've lived. People are so quick to act like they care about people, but no, you look down on people. You think because they speak a certain way that they're not worthy of talking to the president of the United States, but he's supposed to be the president for everyone. He's supposed to be the president for everyone. So that means he's supposed to be the president for the people that say, oh, he's supposed to be president for the people that say, hey, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he's the president of the people that speak in AAVE. So it's okay for someone who speaks in AAV to talk VE, to talk to him. Point blank, period. And you can keep all that anti-blackness, because whether or not you see Cardi B as black, that accent, that New York accent, that those urban accents, most people associate that with blackness, and you seeing like looking down on it is just your anti-blackness showing, babe, and it's not cute. So yeah, oh my god, I got a new bun, guys. My brother broke my other one, so I had to get a new one. And they are non-binary, and their name is Sniper King. Shout out to you if you know that reference. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Frank Beauty, if you're out there and you're watching, thank you so much for the view. I hope you kind of got where I was coming from. Hope I made sense. And yeah, you guys, take care of each other, take care of yourselves. Wash your face, wash your ass, wear a mask, and don't be an asshole. Bye.